The long historical beef has resurfaced, and this time, Kendrick decided to end it finally. The Super Bowl 2025 was nothing but iconic. Who would have thought? Well, you and me. After all these years, after all the suing, who could have guessed it would end like this? But wait, was this truly the end? Or was it just another chapter in the never-ending saga? Welcome back to the Never-Ending Celebrities, where drama never dies, and neither do the feuds. Drake and Kendrick Lamar, the two giants of the rap game. At first, they were cool, like buddies who shared the spotlight. They teamed up on tracks like Buried Alive Interlude from Drake's Take Care album in 2011. Drake was already climbing the ladder to superstardom, and Kendrick was the new kid on the block, ready to show everyone what he could do. Their bond seemed like it was going places, and when Lamar opened for Drake on his Club Paradise tour in 2012, things were looking good. They even joined forces on A$AP Rocky's Effin' Problems, and it was a hit. Kendrick got some major shine from that, and Drake wasn't shy about showing love to the guy who was climbing fast. But then, things started to shift. You could feel the vibe change. It wasn't the love fest it once was. In 2013, Kendrick dropped his famous verse on Big Sean's Control, and that's when the gloves came off. He called out Drake, among other rappers, claiming he was trying to murder them in the rap game. Drake didn't take too kindly to that. He shrugged it off, saying Kendrick was just being ambitious and not a threat. But Kendrick wasn't done. By then, he was riding high on the success of his Good Kid, M.A.D. City album, and his confidence was sky high. He kept applying pressure, firing shots in interviews, and at the BET Hip Hop Awards that same year, he joined the cypher and didn't hold back. That Shook Ones beat? Kendrick was spitting with fire, leaving no doubt he was coming for the crown. After a couple of years of quiet but tense silence, the two were still taking jabs at each other in interviews and tracks, but nothing too crazy. Just those subtle little digs that you know are aimed at each other, but no one's throwing punches yet. Then, in October 2023, Drake and J. Cole dropped their first ever #1 hit together, First Person Shooter. The track is all about them flexing their superstar status. But here's the kicker. Cole mentioned both him and Kendrick in the same breath, and Kendrick didn't like that one bit. March 22nd, 2024, Kendrick Lamar, armed with a mic, wasn't holding back. He's featured on Future and Metro Boomin's We Don't Trust You album, and on the track Like That. Kendrick straight up goes at both Drake and Cole, throwing verbal grenades. But what comes next is even wilder. Less than 24 hours later, Kendrick drops Not Like Us, and it's not just a few clever bars here and there. This was personal. Kendrick goes hard, accusing Drake and his whole OV Ho crew of being, well, you know. To make it even more wild, the artwork for the song shows Drake's mansion from the sky, with red sex offender symbols slapped all over it. And oh yeah, the track debuted at #1 on the Hot 100, making it Kendrick's fourth #1. So what's next? Was this the final blow to their battle? Obviously not. Next came the Super Bowl 2025. Kendrick Lamar, fresh off his smash hit Not Like Us, was announced as the halftime performer for the 2025 Super Bowl. The man's on top of the world. His song is everywhere, and he's got the whole internet buzzing. But wait, not everyone was cheering. The Super Bowl was set to happen in New Orleans, Lil Wayne's hometown, and fans were not happy that he got snubbed for Kendrick. Even Drake and Nicki Minaj, who are tight with Wayne through their Young Money connection, threw some side-eye Jay-Z's way for picking K-Dot. But Kendrick wasn't just taking the spotlight for the halftime show. Oh no, he was about to stir the pot even more. Kendrick dropped his 6th studio album, GNX, and it's a bombshell. He doesn't hold back, speaking out against Wayne and Snoop Dogg, and even throwing some subtle jabs at Drake. While he doesn't name-drop the Six Gods directly, it's clear that things are far from cool between them. If you were hoping for a peaceful resolution, you might want to sit down, because it's about to get even uglier. So, Kendrick's at the top, but Drake? Well, he's not having it. On November 25th, 2024, Drake hit back. He filed a motion against UMG, or the Universal Music Group, and Spotify, accusing them of inflating Kendrick's streams for Not Like Us. Drake claimed they used both bots and payola to boost the song's numbers, leaving him looking like the bad guy in the public eye. Spotify stayed quiet, but UMG fired back, denying everything. But Drake wasn't finished. Less than 24 hours later, he drops another bomb, claiming UMG funneled payments through iHeartRadio in a pay-to-play scheme. He also accused them of defamation, saying they could have stopped Not Like Us from coming out because the song falsely branded him as a sex offender. The legal battle raged on, with Drake eventually withdrawing his first motion but filing a defamation lawsuit against his own label in New York City. Drake believed UMG's actions were an attempt to sabotage his worth and set him up for worse deals in the future. Remember, he's got a $400 million contract with them from 2022. This is getting personal, people. Fast forward to February 2nd, 2025, and Kendrick Lamar is on stage accepting 5 Grammy Awards, including Record of the Year and Song of the Year for Not Like Us. Oh, and he was rocking a Canadian tuxedo. Kendrick's Grammy sweep is the cherry on top of his war with Drake. Kendrick even goes as far as calling Drake a colonizer of black culture, accusing him of trying to fit in without truly understanding or respecting it. As the feud between Kendrick Lamar and Drake raged on, it seemed like Not Like Us became a battle cry. From commercials to parties, it was everywhere. And it didn't take long for the online world to pick sides. Kendrick became the darling of the internet. With his Super Bowl performance on the horizon, the feud only gained more momentum. Social media exploded with fans backing Kendrick, with many believed he had won the latest round in an ongoing battle. But Kendrick wasn't done yet. At the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show, Kendrick Lamar made history, delivering an unforgettable performance that would go down as one of the most talked about moments in the event's history. Kendrick was making a statement. As millions tuned in, Kendrick used his stage to turn up the heat on Drake. After teasing the crowd with a few opening notes of Not Like Us, he paused, looked into the camera, and dropped the line. It was a direct shot at Drake's ongoing lawsuit against his music distributor, Universal Music Group, which had escalated in the months prior. Kendrick didn't shy away from the controversy. Instead, he leaned into it, playing the song with a sly grin, and making it clear that no legal battle could keep him from performing the track. When Kendrick finally launched into Not Like Us in full, it felt like a victory lap. The crowd was electric, but what caught people's attention was the moment Lamar self-centered the most inflammatory line in the song. However, Kendrick didn't stop there. With a mischievous smile, he looked straight into the camera and dropped another bomb. The line echoed through the stadium, and with it, Lamar delivered his message loud and clear. What made the moment even more electrifying was the surprise appearance of Serena Williams and someone who had once been romantically linked to Drake. The tennis legend, a fellow Compton native, joined Kendrick on stage for an iconic crip walk, adding another layer of symbolism to Kendrick's performance. In his 2022 track, Middle of the Ocean, Drake took a shot at Serena's husband, Alex Ohanian, calling him a groupie. Kendrick, of course, defended Serena in Not Like Us, rapping, "The performance went viral in a heartbeat, further cementing Kendrick's dominance in the rap game. With over 120 million TV viewers tuning in, the message was clear. Kendrick had not only delivered the final blow to Drake, but he had also cemented his place at the top. It was a win for the culture he represented, and it seemed like no amount of legal drama or media controversy could hold him back." But critics couldn't help but weigh in. The Guardian called the performance the final blow to Kendrick's diss track nemesis, while Variety declared it was game over for Drake. It was the end. Or was it? But what do you think? Did Kendrick hit the bullseye with this one? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to check out more deep dives into the scandalous lives of your favorite celebrities.